Hey, what's up, guys, man? Come on. I got some more. I got a few more LaFon videos, but it's October, right? It's time, and I this magazine kind of snuck in there. I guess in the last year or so, Cryptology. Right? This has become one of the best horror magazines out there. Okay, as usual in the old school sense. I keep mentioning scary monsters and the dark side, but cryptology, I think started last Halloween if I remember it correctly. And the thing is, that it's interesting. It's from Twomorrows Publishing. Now this is Roy Thomas's publishing house, and they publish a lot of different magazines. Of course, Retro Fan. This is a big one that you see in the Barnes and Noble. Um, This I did not get in the Barnes and Noble. This is in comic stores, just like the rest of these. Back issue, alter ego, comic creator. I can honestly say that probably a third of anything I put money down for is from this publisher. There's so much I keep saying in the last century or more, or more that you don't have to worry about if there's anything ever new again. Okay, now there are some new things that are decent, few and far between, I'll admit, but there's so much to go over. And then you can say, "Oh, great, another old school horror magazine." Do we need this? Boomer horror, Monster Kid horror, right? You have, which is interesting too. Apparently, this is the editor, and a lot of this stuff is done in Britain, right? This is American published. Oh, okay. It's an American company, okay, with a British, right? Editor in chief, and a lot of fans. Obviously, it's available in England, and it's printed in China. So, yeah, definitely post modern to a large degree. But man, what a you know I've gotten the last couple of issues of this. This one in particular, man, is probably the best one yet, and it's just getting more, going more. So, like the cryptologist, you have the horror host. So it seems to be. It seems I thought he was just affecting a British persona, but the guy actually is British. You have people from Northumbria. What's up, Mogoth? What's up, mate? And Bristol, you got guys from here. So it's interesting, Scottsdale. So actually, I like that part of Arizona. Yeah. This is solid, man. Once again, I keep mentioning, and Tomorrow's is really good with this as well. When it comes to magazines, what are you looking for? Okay, you're looking for the layouts. You're looking at how is the text, how is the image, right? The pictures, how are they laid out? And the layouts of this magazine are up there with Scary Monsters, or the Dark Side. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Yep. Good stuff. Sorry, I just killed some kind of insect. Look at this. Look at the old, early Weird Tales, right? An early issue, right? The November 23rd issue. Oh, someone we know has a story in here, but the theme of this issue was like skull and bones issue, right? So yeah, lots of skeletal imagery, and this one's having to do with the pulp magazines, like ghost stories. I love this old art, man. Can never get enough. Although you get something here that is a little close to home here. What is this? September 1914. Ooh. 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 All right. Yeah, it's a little too much horror for me. But just like the art, like the Weird Tales, right? Just love this stuff, man. Love this stuff now. Yeah, it's the old art, the shadow. Of course, this is, I think, Nick Carter, right? These what was it, the Smith, right? The Street and Smith publications. I gone over that, right? Who knows? The shadow knows. But just in general, man, the artwork, so much good stuff. Oh, look at this, spicy mystery stories. Oh, this must have been something. Anyway, going through. I'm not gonna go over every single thing here because I want you to get this. I don't want to get any issues with copyright. So, oh man, look at that. What is it? Let me check it. Oh yeah, you know it. Ghost Rider. Talk about. Of course, I was a big fan of Ghost Rider as a kid. The Ghost Rider. Right? He's a motorcycle. He's a superhero, but he has a skull head and he shoots hellfire. Right. But of course, the original Ghost Rider was a costumed cowboy, right? With a I think he had like a supernatural image, but he was a man, right? Apparently, not from Marvel Comics. It was eventually Marvel essentially bought this character's the rights of it, right? Marvel Comics Group, and eventually they made this one. So it's interesting. And later on, I mean, I gotta say, Ghost Rider, the '70s horror heroes that you had in Marvel, they should be reprinted. Those are really good stuff. Werewolf by Night, Tomb of Dracula, the Ghost Rider, Man Thing, But and they mentioned the '90s. Remember this one? This was pretty good. Ghost Rider too. Ghost Rider. It was rebooted in the '90s. Danny Ketch. But anyway, I don't want to go over things here. More British anthologies. Interesting. They talked to the artist. Look at the cool artwork. The artist was basically drawing skulls here. The Mayflower. Interesting. I like this. They had 2 Devil's Kiss anthologies. Erotic, sexually charged. It counts as erotic horror, right? By Linda Lovecraft. What? Very, very campy, very funny, right? Get it? Linda Lovecraft, right? Linda Lovelace, Deep Throat. Okay. The Ghost of Miss Mule. I remember there was a film, but I remember there was a TV show of this, right? In syndication. I'm gonna go over it. More art. This is what it's really about, the art, right? More pulp novels, Atlas Digest, crime novels. Look at this. D as in dirt. Love this stuff. Yeah, I like Murder in the House, The Blue Eyes. That sounds like a cool. Look at that. It's a little modernist art. Go on forever. We got more of the pre-code horror. What is this? Master Comics, Dark Mysteries. I actually have a collection of Dark Mysteries. They were pretty good. Them and what was it? The Beyond. I forgot what comic company. Ace Comics. Right? It's interesting. Right? And this one has a lot of cool covers. Dark Mysteries. Like this. Oh, that's pretty brutal. Horror of the Walking Dead. How can you not like this stuff? So, I like this one. I like this one here. Dark Mysteries. No, don't kill me. I don't want to die. Butcher, you killed us with your beef. Now you can hang with the rest of your poisoned meat. Yeah, that's right. And it's interesting too. There's a story. Apparently, there was the vampire with iron teeth in Glasgow. There was an incident in Glasgow where the boys, they said there was a scores of school children descended on one of the city's cemeteries where the lair of the vampire was said to be armed with crucifixes, axes, and knives. Well, we know in Scotland you're seeing kids with axes and knives. Okay, instead of going after vampires, they're going after something a little more real and a little more dangerous. Or the people brought into their countries to replace them. That's interesting. But it's interesting to see the little Scottish kids, pretty much grabbing weapons. I like that. Only the efforts of the local constabulary headmaster forced the youngsters to disperse. That's good. I love those guys. I love those dudes, but. And of course, this is a UK writer, so they mention how in the UK now, in America, you had the comics, but you had the Children and Young Persons Harmful Publications Act of 1955. You think they would have banned other things, but horror and crime comics were banned from sale in every shop in the UK, and still are, for the act remains on the statute book. Interesting, like an early example of the video nasties. So, and there he goes. Peter, he's from the UK. Nice. Oh, from the Tomb, right? That's the UK. They publish stuff with Twomorrows. Anyway, just great stuff. I don't want to go over too much. I'll end it with this. There's a lot of stuff in here. I want you to get this. Recommended. This is an addition to Scary Monsters and the Dark Side. Okay? I had mentioned the Dell, right? Dell and Gold Key. Most of their comics, almost all their comic art, right? As mentioned here, right? Marvel, Charlton, DC, the offer covers line art, mechanical four color coloring, process coloring. But remember, Dell and Gold Key, who at one point were the same company, right? Remember, they sort of, I think Gold Key came out of Dell, split off from Dell. All their covers were painted, right? And this was one of the artists that was one of the big ones, right? Right, the soared above the competition, okay, with painted artwork, right? For many years, the company's books outsold Superman, Batman, and other popular characters, right? Western Publishing, based in Poughkeepsie, right, understood that superhero comics were the bread and butter of DC and Marvel, so wisely chose to diversify their subject matter, right? They did a lot of different genres, right? And just showing some of the art here. They mentioned the history of it, right? The Comics Code Authority, Dell, and by extension Gold Key, they never submitted to that. Okay, they regulated their own stories themselves and kept their comics safe for readers of all ages, right? So it was a case of it's all self-regulation. They make it sound like the government forced everyone to do this. Yeah, and just like the Boss Call Off Tales of Mystery. Yeah, just a great little thing of the artwork here. So, Dr. Spectre, remember I went over that. So. Anyway, and in terms of this, what I like about this, obviously, comics and art are their main focus, but they focus on films as well. So you can say, oh, maybe they're trying to do too much, but nah, I mean, we've seen these films over and over and over, House on Haunted Hill, but you can never get enough of this. You can never do too much of this, in my opinion. Okay, the skull of this. You can never do this too much. You could never have enough Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing having a brandy, right? In the study, or in this case the pool room. Look at this, man. Look at I always love this, the library, right? Anyway, I remember this too. Remember they put this over the camera. Freddie Francis. One more thing. Oh my! Remember this guy Michael Gold, right? Remember, he was in Horror Dracula. He was the husband who was like, "Oh, please leave us," But he played a lot of baddies. This film, I want to see this film, Horrors of the Black Museum. Right? I always hear this movie's crazy. Conga, I saw a bunch of times on Channel 11. And of course, he was Alfred. Remember in the Tim Burton films. So it was he was in The Legend of Hell House. Oh, man. Okay, real quick. Horror Hospital. I remember Horror Hospital. I remember seeing it on Channel 5. What a crazy film. Okay, remember the beginning? Remember the dude? I think it's the guy from... I forgot the guy's name. The dude in the beginning, remember? Somewhere in London. He picks a fight with the drag queen in the club. And he gets his ass kicked. I remember that. Like, oh, that's bad, mate. Anyway... Yeah, they go about more Hammer. Right, you can never get enough Hammer. The Reptile, right? One of the John Gilling directed films with this woman, very beautiful woman. Right? Yeah, I like how they mentioned real quick. I'm just gonna bring up the Roy Ashton. I want to go more of him later. The actress was very claustrophobic. So, and of course, John Gilling was like kind of a jerk from what I've heard. So, he made the mask so that he could take part of it off, so she wouldn't freak out. And then put it on for the scenes, so it would be like she would be under this thing for a short amount of time because she was extremely claustrophobic. I thought that was interesting. And just more artwork, right? Oh, Captain America. Oh, the Red Skull. The Red Skull did nothing wrong. Oh, I know. I love the old. They had a bunch of these kind of titles. Gangsters can't win. Crime doesn't pay. Lawbreakers never win. Lawbreakers always lose. You gotta get in the right. You gotta get in the right group of lawbreakers. Listening to Captain America's weird tales. Look what they were trying everything, man. Back in the day, trying everything. Like, whoa, naughty. Anyway, I know, dude, man. Well, Cryptology, new kid on the block, but the classic horror, like comics, but with the films mixed in. Monster Kids from England, man. Dude, welcome to the party.